Hi, this is the Daf Shevui from Masechet Megillah Daf Yod Tet. So I wanted to pick up on something that was written found at the very bottom of the first page here of Yod Tet Amud Aleph, and that's about the special nature of the Megillah as an igeret, as a letter, and something a little bit different about the Megillah than all the other books of the Tanakh. Now, today, just as an introduction, today we generally speaking only read, or most synagogues only read from a klaf, a scroll written on parchment for the Torah and in Megillat Esther. Most synagogues, although this is not universally true, read from books for the Haftorah and for the other Megillot, Eicha, and for Kohelet, and for Shir Shirim, that are read throughout the year, and for the book of Ruth, whenever we read those books. We don't read from a klaf, from a scroll anymore, although there are some Jews who do. But universally, Jews still all over the place read from a klaf, from the scroll, both for the Megillah and for the Torah. And so that's very interesting, and it shows a little bit of the equation between the Megillah and the Torah that we've seen in other places as well. Now, at the bottom of the first page, Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel. Rav Yehuda said the name of Shmuel, HaKoreh b'Megillah HaKtuva bein HaKtuvim lo yatsa. So if somebody reads from a Megillah, from Megillat Esther, that's written in a scroll, found in a larger scroll of the rest of the Megillot, or other parts of the Ketuvim, the writings, the third part of the Tanakh, and it's doubtful to me that they had one scroll that held the whole Ketuvim in it. That's just too big for any one scroll. It would be even larger than the Torah, but they probably had scrolls that had several of the Ketuvim written in one, just to save money and to save space. If somebody reads from such a Megillah, Lo Yatzah, he has not fulfilled his obligation. And Rashi says that we require an igeret le'atzma, some kind of separate document. Right? The Megillah, as we saw above, is called an igeret, a letter, and not just a sefer. And an igeret, you don't write among a whole bunch of other letters. You don't write one letter among a whole bunch of letters. So the Megillah needs to be in a form that's recognizable that it is a Megillah. Why? Demifarsim nisa tvei. Right, that it should be more publicity for the miracle, like Hanukkah. The Chikora ben Ketuvim, when he reads it among the holy writings, among the Ketuvim, nireh kekoreh mikra. It looks like he's just reading the Tanakh. And we want to make sure that people understand that the Megillah is something separate. It's something different than the rest of the Tanakh. He's not just reading the Tanakh, he's reading a special reading from the Megillah. However we want to explain that. So, Amar Rava says, Lo Amran ela demo mechasra umiyatra porta. We don't say that except if it's missing, or that it's not missing, or larger or smaller. In other words, the scroll, the individual leaves on which the Megillah are written, are not larger or smaller than the rest of the Ketuvim. But avam machasra muyatra porta, if it's smaller or bigger a little bit, it'll be recognizable and late manba. Right? We don't have any of this restrictions, since we'll know that this is a separate part of the Ketuvim, of the writings. It'll have something recognizable, and we'll be able to lefarsem et hanes, to publicize the miracle. So from this little Gemara over here, that is where the Rishonim get the idea that when you read the Megillah, you have to do something recognizable to it, so that it's not just like all of the other scrolls. So if you pay attention in your synagogues this year, you'll notice, at least in traditional synagogues, that they don't roll up the Megillah like a regular sefer, like a regular book. Rather, it's folded kind of like this, one part on top of the other, like a letter, so that it should be recognizable that it's not the Sefer Torah and that it's different than everything else. That, a commentary by the Rikba, is where this custom originated.